Sounded like we in the club up in here. So we got arms today. It's gonna be a fun one. The chest is feeling it from yesterday. So is my back a bit, but more of just like I gotta crack it like right in there. Just need like a punch right in it. So I'm gonna be doing some barbell bicep curls, supersetted with skull crushers with the easy bar. It'll be a good one. There we go. So I'm gonna rack up the weight here. So we're gonna slap on 25 pounds each side. How's everyone's week going so far? It's Tuesday. It's almost halfway through the week. Got to build some momentum here. They actually be playing some pretty good songs in here. I feel like sometimes I could be doing some Dance Revolution with some of the song choices here, but I am not complaining. All right, so we're just getting the workout pulled up on her. So we got 25 pounds there, and then skull crusher with the easy bar. We're going with the 60 pounds. So let's see. We're just gonna grab that weight real quick for the skull crusher. That way it don't get claimed. Let's see. While you're hearing the disembodied voice, want to invite you to show that support, hit that subscribe button. We out here working out, hanging out, having a good time. Plus, the channel's much more than just some random guy filming himself working out. I got full-length videos breaking down the topics for burning fat, building muscle. So, summer is around the corner. Now's the time to really get the ball rolling with getting that physique, that summer physique you're looking for. All right, it's been a minute since doing the bicep curls with the barbell here, so we're gonna see. Oh, yo, what's going on, Alberto? You stopping by just to say bye? Ugh. Good morning. Hey, what's going on, Julia? Remember you from yesterday? All right, let's do these curls here. We're gonna aim for 8 reps here. Julio, oh, y'all too much. You guys do too much. Whew. Yeah, secondary. These large ass plates hitting the support here. I went to hit it. All right. Those are fake. I mean, they're definitely much larger than how much they look like 45-pound plates, but they're literally just 25 pounds each side. How am I? Doing pretty well. How tall? So 6'1". I don't know what that is in meters and whatnot, but all right. So we got skull crushers going. Let's see. That should be good. So for this weight, I feel like I could be doing much heavier. So to make it more difficult, we're going to be doing some real tight squeezing contractions on the triceps here. Go nice and slow, feeling that tension throughout. Yeah, sometimes with those around the elbow, kind of hurts a little bit. Like for me, I was feeling it like right under here. Some like tension going. Nice. That's the first set. We're going to be doing very fairly low rest time here. Yeah, considering going a little lighter with curls here. So we're just going to swap it out. Instead of 25s. Maybe 2 10s. Well, let me see. If we've got a 5-pound, and we've only got one 5-pound plate. Because the thing I always be telling people is like, if you're ever gonna like decrease a weight, like if you're doing a drop set, or let's just say you're feeling more fatigued in the weight you're lifting, it's just a little heavier than expected. Like, don't tiptoe around the fact that you're decreasing the weight. So that means don't drop it by don't lower it by just 5 pounds or 2.5 pounds. Like, if you're lowering the weight, lower the weight. Like, embrace it. So instead of decreasing by 5 pounds each side, I was like, let's decrease it by 10, but I don't have another 5-pound plate here. And I don't want to do 10 pounds each side. That's too light, but it's fine. We'll make it work. Let's see. Yeah, that should be good right there. Nice. There we go. All right, we're going to do another set here. Skull crushers. All right. All right. Did 12 reps before, probably going to do another 12 reps. Sinks I'd much rather go a little heavier with this guy here, but a little too lazy to get the easy bar that allows you to rack up weights on it. It ended up being a pretty good set there. Whew. I'll tell him what he said. What's up? The basal. Yeah, that one there. I had a couple times where I'm like, holy crap, he's gonna start like exploding or whatever. All right. Gotta write it down. If you're not tracking, you're lacking. And it rhymes, so you know it's true. You know what? I'm gonna add a little shoulders here. Yeah, I can't neglect the lateral raises. Let's see. For y'all that are new, show that support, hit that subscribe button. Alright. We got 2 arms, so you gotta do the second arm there. Kind of watches that Ralph Christian. Yeah. It's that Amazon Prime. I've got the Apple Watch internals. Then the outside is just a band that I thought was pretty cool on Amazon. They have it in different colors. They've got like a black band with this like clear black. Then they have a white band with just like a clear see-through outer. And I was wanting to get the white one, but the Apple Watch like base is like a black metal. And I didn't think it would look good having a clear white see-through, and the inside is just this like black block floating in there. On a carnivore diet, I mean, I like eating the meats. I actually haven't eaten that much meat recently. But I was just like thinking in my head, I'm like, you know what? I said I was going to start recording what I eat to show like a day in the life of foods that are eaten. And I think you guys would be very surprised, like, oh, this guy's really not eating anything crazy special. But yeah, so anyway, I ended up going with the orange because I was like, the thing is bulky anyway. It kind of is designed to draw attention to it. So if I got a black band, it would just kind of minimize it anyway. Like visually, it would minimize it. So I'm like, it's flashy, it's like attention, like it's a big thing. So I may as well go orange. And then also got to represent Syracuse. Nice. Yeah, I'm telling. Oh man, those lateral raises, fantastic for the shoulders. All right, let's see. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm thinking this will be last set here, and then we will actually have time to wrap up hitting some abs. All right. Yeah, the barbells, I've been liking them. I feel like size-wise, it's been doing good of just getting the overall size of the arms kind of puffed up a bit. I've been seeing some stuff online, people doing some cool variations with like hammer curls to kind of thicken the biceps. My theory is if you go wide with the grip, it'll widen the biceps. And I just realized I've been doing fairly like narrow grip. But it's whatever. Yeah, I want to come up with like a cheat sheet, like a visual infograph of different bicep variations and how they actually will target the bicep to grow in different areas. But a lot of it's just kind of bro science at this moment, but eventually the scholarly articles catch up. Oh, feeling good. Good effort. Oh yeah, appreciate that, Brandon. Yeah. It was on the last set there, so I probably could have gone more grunting and groaning. Let's see. All right. Tricep time. I'm liking the lighting here. It's looking pretty good. Arm results, yay. Coming through like crazy. Come on. There we go. All right. Just gonna clean up shop a little bit, and then we're gonna finish with the lateral raises and gotta do a set with abs. But y'all are lucky you get to see one of the best ab exercises I've ever performed. One of my favorites. In my opinion, you get the best results from this one exercise when it comes to abs.
I know people have told you you look like a gymnast, right?
A gymnast?
A gymnast for the U.S. team. No one's ever told you that?
No, who is that?
He's the kid who was from Penn State. He had the glasses. I mean, Will.
Ah,
He looked just like him.
I'll have to
Look at the pommel books. Look him up.
look at my.
He looked just like him.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. I mean,
He was pretty ripped.
yeah, gymnasts. I don't know what they do. Like,
Yeah.
they're like, this is just all for show. I'm not a gymnast. I don't like. Oh, that's appreciate it. Is that the guy? And okay, I'll definitely look that up. Well, thank you for that. You made my whole day there. I appreciate that. Let's see. that's cool. Nice people are very nice. With the hair and the glasses, oh, appreciate that. Hey, the hair was getting crazy for a minute. Got it cut not too long ago. Like time-wise, long. Or getting a post-workout tiredness going. Ooh. Yeah, it was getting too long for a minute, and then now I feel like it's good length. All right. Last set here for shoulders. We got the other shoulder here. How long have you been lifting weights? On and off for a while, for about like 15 years. But I always like to point out to people that it's not like I've been doing everything perfectly dialed in for 15 years to get to this point. Like, not at all. Honestly, the last couple of years have been the most significant, best results, just because I've been able to like dial things in a bit more. But you'd be surprised. It really doesn't take a lot of things to dial in to see some like crazy results going. Yeah, what I've been doing is just implementing the 80-20 of things, where it's like, what's the fewest amount of things I got to do that lead to the majority of the results that I'm looking to achieve. Like, I've heard of some cool stories of, it was a story of this football coach who had gotten hired, and the team he was working with, they would spend like an entire day practicing, and he comes in and he's like, we're gonna cut the workouts down to like an hour, and then when it comes to the drills, we're just gonna be doing drills for like a couple hours max. And the people that owned the team, you know, sports teams they're basically businesses, and just like any business, you got a board of directors and stuff. But perfect. Oh, Mom, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start competing at some point, maybe, just so I get that fancy piece of paper saying, "Oh, this guy's got a bod." But self-lunkalon, I honestly don't even think that's a thing anymore. Like, I think maybe if someone's being ridiculous, but I'm very respectful on this planet here. But this football coach, training director, whatever, what have you, significantly cuts down the workouts for this team. And as they're practicing, the performance is going up, but the owners of the team are not liking it. And right around when the season starts, they fire this guy. And that season, the team did fantastic, like killing it, measurably and significantly better. Like there was a measurable significance of improvement. And then the following year, they kind of went back to how they were before. And the team credited the improvement and the success to that coach that they had fired. And you know, at a certain point, there's like diminished returns when you're trying to perform certain activities. And by diminished returns, I mean like it's kind of like your friend invites you to help him move over the weekend, and he says, hey, if you help me move, I'll pay you $100 for helping me move for the next hour. And it's like, all right, deal. You help for the hour's up, he pays you the 100, and he's like, hey, but if you stay an extra hour, I'll pay you $5. And it's like, so you'll pay me another $100 plus $5? It's like, no, I gave you the 100, but if you help for another hour, I'll just pay you an extra $5 on top of that. And it's like, nah, no thanks. You know, I got something to do later, and you're trying to get out of there because $5 to help for an hour, not worth it. But $100 for the hour, it's pretty good. And then as you're leaving, your buddy stops. He's like, hey, wait, can you come by and help tomorrow to finish? I'll pay you $100 to help for the hour. And it's like, oh yeah, I'll do that. Same thing can happen in the gym. Like, you'd think if you got like this amount of results by being in the gym for an hour, if you're in for 2 hours, maybe you get twice the results. But it's like the 2 hours only leads to like a tiny improvement. And some people, they actually get weaker. They lose their gains by being in the gym for too long. So only time where that negligible, like that minute amount of improvement is important is when you are already at like a top 1% of people. Because everyone else is already doing the things that they need to do. That's a given. And that little bit of extra might only be a tiny amount, but the difference between someone who's in the Olympics for sprinting 30-meter dash or whatever, like the difference between first place in gold or second place in silver can sometimes be like half a second. So if you're in the gym and you get an improvement by 0.2 seconds, when you're at the Olympic level, like that could be the difference between first place and second place. And even though it's like just one position difference, it's the difference between being on the Tonight Show versus being the person who can say they were in the Olympics. You know, saying you won the gold in the Olympics versus I was in the Olympics, it's very different. Ooh. Anyway, enough yapping. All right, we're gonna do one more set, 25 here. Yeah, we're doing pretty good, almost at 35 minutes of active workout. And that's why I'd be trying to measure it, where it's like how long have I been doing like the point of like the actual like active lifting? My sweet spot has been like 45 minutes. When I approach an hour, it's like I'm just fatigued. Anything past an hour, it's like getting a good pump and everything. It's just not, it's not there. All right. Let's see, I think we're gonna do bent knee for this one to really just focus on really squeezing and contracting the abs here. Nice. That was pretty good right there. So we are gonna start heading back home real quick. Neat trick you can do. Just subscribe, follow. Oh, appreciate that, Julian. I thought you subscribed yesterday. Now I'm offended. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, cool trick I like doing for the abs is after you get done training them, you just take a minute to like look at the results, and then you flex the abs as hard as you can. And you can also, you try to flex them. That's exhausting. And you try to flex the abs to get the symmetry you want. You can actually train your abs to be more symmetrical, which is pretty cool. It takes time to do that, like to achieve a change in the symmetry. But you can literally train your abs to be in the orientation that you want. And also, if you practice that enough, you can also train your abs to be kind of like in a default like flex, which is neat. It's kind of like just like resetting the baseline. So instead of your abs just being used to just not being activated and not looking flexed, you flex it hard enough, long enough, and consistently enough after training them, then just subconsciously they'll be activated more. All right, let's see, where did I park at? There we are. So we finished the workout, but we're not finished yet with the live stream. I like to use the car ride home as an opportunity to talk about whatever fitness topics y'all want me to talk about. And if y'all don't have a particular topic, I could just start ranting about whatever it is that I think is useful. You know, just picking up what the spirit is telling me. What's going on, Sarah? Sick name? Yeah, you're the Anabolic Alec. Yeah, one of my previous clients, he came up with that name, actually. I was running late to a gym session with him, and he got a glimpse of me like walking around the corner, and just like my arm was the only thing that he had kind of got the glimpse of. And he was like, yeah, first thing that just popped in my head, like, oh, there's Anabolic Alec. I was like, I like that. That's cool. I'm gonna have the YouTube channel that name. But some people get confused. They're thinking, this guy Alec, he has anabolic in the name of his channel. That means steroids. It's like, no, it doesn't. That's anabolic does not mean steroids. It's just the name of the biological process of complex tissues being built in the body. I like to think of it as, you know, anabolic means building up. Catabolic means breaking down. And sorry for the shaky camera here. Maybe I can like hold the phone like this a little bit. Yeah, there we go. That's a little better. Because yeah, catabolic, like if your body's in a state of catabolism, that means your body is literally eating itself. So it's breaking down complex structures in the body and using those parts as like energy or just, you know, nutrients for other parts. So there's catabolism, and then I guess there's anabolism. Or you could say you're in a catabolic state or an anabolic state. So to be in an anabolic state, you know, you're growing muscle, you're repairing tissues, strengthening tendons and ligaments. All that stuff can be considered processes that require the body to be in an anabolic state. And the reason why that word anabolic is associated with steroids is just because like steroids if someone's on steroids, it doesn't mean that they are taking something that's helping them to build more muscle. Like steroids just help to boost the recovery process in the body. For the most part, you know, I'm cliff noting it drastically. It's probably best to like look up the actual definition of steroids. But there's creams, there's pills, there's injections. And like, for example, my mom had knee surgery and they had her on steroids to help with decrease the inflammation and improve the recovery process. Hey, good morning, Courtney. What's going on? But, you know, just because my mom was on steroids doesn't mean she was some bodybuilder. Like, it's not how that works. I remember I had like a pretty bad, I think it was like a sunburn, and I was putting on this steroid cream to help with my skin to like heal from the sunburn. But it also like decreased my immune system, and I had gotten colitis, which is inflammation of the colon, and wasn't able to poop for a few days, and I had to go to the hospital overnight. And it was just drinking broth and eating Jell-O for a couple days. Weak, small, yeah. That's why I be hitting the gym trying to get these muscles up. You already know. let's see. Sorry, I gotta let go of my phone here. It's gonna be a little shaky, possibly, but my arms are fatigued. But there are steroids that do help with growing muscle, and those are the ones that are commonly referred to as anabolic steroids. So you can see, like, anabolic does not mean steroids, and steroids does not mean building muscle. That's why the term anabolic plus the term steroid has to be combined in order to reference a specific type of steroid that builds muscle, which would be anabolic steroids. And some people just say that somebody is on anabolics, but ideally, everyone should be, and I'm not going to say should be on steroids, ideally everyone should be training to put their body in a state of being anabolic, of growing muscle, repairing tissues, because just stay natural. Yeah, exactly. Just stay natural. Like, it's funny. I actually have to retweak what I'm doing with my routine and my supplements because my total testosterone is too high. Like, you can do things naturally, and if you have it dialed in properly, like, you'd be surprised of the results you can get with your biomarkers, like your blood results, blood tests and things. Like my doctor, when they saw the blood tests, they were like, Alec, you can be truthful with me. Are you on anything? And I'm like, I'm just on the Spirit of the Lord. No, I didn't say that. No, I just said I'm just on a lot of protein, and I'd be taking my multivitamins. Like, literally, like, I say body looks natural. Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah. Stack any peptides? No, I actually have not really done any research into peptides, if I'm being honest. I just take my powders, Metamucil, creatine, collagen, protein, greens powder, electrolytes. I think that's pretty much it. Like, that's powder wise, that's all I'd be taking. And then I've got my multivitamins, my vitamin D3 plus K2, I think. And then, what did I say? Multivitamins, D3, K2, krill oil, acetyl L-carnitine, whatever, glutamine, magnesium L-threonate, and then I take this one thing that's kind of like a strength booster. It's like a hormone optimizer, but it's literally all the stuff I'd be taking you can get on Amazon. I feel like the signal's a little choppy right here, but what did the doctor see and freak out on? Oh, the amount of like total testosterone with the blood tests. Because the first blood test I got, it was like 1450, so 1,450, whatever it was, for total testosterone. Free testosterone wasn't too crazy. I think it was at like 14 or 16. And if you look it up, like, the high end for total testosterone for guys is like 960. Anything past that is considered high. And mine was at 1,450. And she was kind of like, all right, well, we'll schedule a follow-up blood test. This might just be a fluke. Who knows? Whatever. Because I did eat like an entire like 16-inch cheese pizza the night before. Probably wasn't the best idea when getting blood work, but all my blood work came back perfectly fine, except for like that crazy high testosterone. And then I got another blood test, a couple months after that. Same thing, 1,450, but this time like the free testosterone was closer to like 17, I think. And they were like, all right, so now I got like an appointment with a endocrinologist. They study hormone levels and just blood work and things like that. How high? Oh, wow. High testosterone sounds be bad. Shouldn't be bad. Yeah, right? You drink lots of water. I try to drink lots of water. I just be washing my face frequently. And I think the collagen powder helps with that, and multivitamins and things. Sweating helps. Good lighting as well. But uh, yeah, so like the high testosterone, like I could be totally wrong. I'll preface, like I'll put the little caveat with like my routine and stuff. Like I do my best to like structure my routine and my eating habits and my lifestyle habits and supplements in a way where it's like improving and enhancing my health, preventative, and then enhanceative. But it is totally possible with some of the research I've done for why total testosterone could be so high while free testosterone is still like within normal range. And a couple things were pointing to hyperthyroidism. So, the thyroid gland is just being hyperactive, and there's a couple reasons for how that could happen. But the only thing is I don't have any of the other symptoms for hyperthyroidism. So like drastic weight loss despite eating and being very, very hungry. It's like, or despite eating a lot or eating more and you're still losing weight. And it's like, I'm not seeing that. It would be kind of helpful in the short term because I got the wedding coming up in Mexico that I'm going to for my friend. That'd be kind of nice, but that's not happening. Excessive sweating, that's not happening. What's some of the other things? I think there's like, not being able to like regulate your body temperature as much. Like I just run on hot because more muscle mass. I'm just constantly like moving and doing things, but it's not at the point where it's like, I just don't feel like I can ever like regulate my body temperature. I'm trying to think of some of the other things. I think there's like, your hair is falling out or is crazy thinning or anything like that. I'm like, well, nah, it's not doing that. So I think it's just like from my routine. So I've been like lowering the dosages of some of the supplements and stuff that I've been taking just to see like, is this what's causing it? Because it could be a result of me just doing the right things for a long enough period of time where now the body is like extra responding positively to it. But it's one of those things where like, okay, I've got higher testosterone, but like ideally I'm trying to build more muscle. And, you got people who are going to the doctor to be prescribed very expensive like hormone therapy routines because they don't have optimal level of testosterone. And it's like the story I heard of this guy who was found to have a tumor that was pressing on his pituitary gland. So he's having very high levels of like growth hormone just circulating through his body. And doctors were saying like, all right, it's a benign tumor, it's not growing, and they're trying to prescribe and give all these different like prescriptions of things to this guy to help with the tumor or help to decrease the amount of growth hormone being produced in his body. But all of the side effects were things that was going to severely hamper and diminish his lifestyle, his way of living. And eventually, like he did get to this one endocrinologist who's like a very like good expert in their field. And he's like, dude, like, I don't know what are these other doctors saying? Like, yeah, it's high, but there are guys that would kill. There are guys that are actively pursuing this amount of growth hormone for themselves to see all the benefits that come from this. Like, the tumor's benign. It's not growing. Like, you're fine. Like you don't have to do anything. Like if it's not negatively impacting things, you don't have to do anything. So I'm kind of taking that approach with this as well, where it's like, okay, I have high testosterone and I'm not taking any type of, because I told the doctor, I was like, is it because of any of the supplements I'm taking? And they're like, well, what are you taking? I'm like, well, I going through like different supplements and stuff. And I'm like, but like I preface, I was like, but all the stuff I take, like I get it from Amazon. And she's like, no, it's not that. Nothing you can get online would be able to get testosterone level, your total testosterone to this level. Like unless you are taking something else, and you can be truthful with me. I'm not judging. And I'm like, I'm not a D1 collegiate athlete or anything. Like there's nothing for me to hide. Like if I'm taking stuff, I'd be like, there's guys that I know that are taking stuff. There's very popular influencers that I've met that you guys most likely know who are taking stuff and they're very open about it. Like, I think that whole thing of people trying to hide being natural or being unnatural is done with. There's not as much of a stigma around taking things like steroids. Me personally, I don't subscribe to the idea of doing that because I don't like the idea of shortcutting like the results that you can get. Because when it gets to a point where your body is negatively harming, like when it gets to the point where you are harming yourself and you can't take the steroids anymore, all the things you've been working to build, you can't sustain it because you didn't establish the right habits and the right routines to build and maintain that. Like there's guys, like older guys, unfortunately, I'm overhearing in the gym, and they're like, it's just like a doctor said, I had to stop taking, stop taking nudge, certain stuff. And it's just a shame. It's like all my workouts, they used to be so good and now they're not anymore. It's like, bro, it wasn't the workouts. It wasn't the special technique you did with the orientation of your wrist for the bicep curl that blows up the biceps. The thing that blew up the bicep was being on the steroids. Now that you're not on the steroids, all the stuff that you thought worked isn't working anymore. It's like a person being like, I can start and make any business successful as long as I have a tiny loan of $1 million from my father. It's like, no, like try to bootstrap a business. Like there's businesses, there's even people I know that are so good at raising money and getting investors for getting a business going, but they can't keep the business going because they rely on investors and external sources of money being injected into the business to keep the business going. But it's like, that's not how businesses grow. You need a product, a service that over delivers, providing so much value to a person, getting them such great results and such great experience that if they are able to then tell other people about it, now you have a business. Like you're making money by actually serving people. It's also important, you want to structure the money model within the business so that you're profitable. Like if it's like, you pay me $1, I'll fly you out to Hawaii, all expenses paid. Like everyone would love that deal, but you're not profitable. Like that's, obviously, don't do that. But the person that can bootstrap it actually knows what it takes to grow a business and keep a business sustainable, not the person who was just given $1 million to waste. And that's what you got a lot of people doing. They're just like wasting energy and time in the gym, but they're still growing muscle because they're on steroids. Like if you're doing everything right, you can expect like a pound or 2 of muscle growth every month. And at a certain point, it'll plateau, be like about a pound of muscle growth per month. The newbie gains, yeah, you're maybe expecting closer to 2 pounds. But you can have a guy on steroids not doing anything right and still gaining like 5 pounds of muscle. And that sounds attractive. That sounds appealing. But again, get rid of the steroids. They are then losing that muscle that was gained so quickly. Like there is a thing of like muscle memory where, let's say you're doing everything right for months and it's taking all this time to build up this muscle, and you get injured and now you're out of the gym for a few months and you genuinely do drop, like let's say like 10 or 15 pounds. It's not going to take all the many months or the many years that you were working hard to get back to that point. Like the body remembers like, oh yeah, I actually was at this 190 pounds before. I know I'm at like 170 right now, but like it can get back to the 190 like super quickly, just like the person starting business. It may have taken them so long to get to the point where their business is profitable and making $1 million a year. But then those people who end up losing that business, they don't start back from square one and then take years to get back to that point. Like they know the rhythms, they know the routine that they need to do, and they're able to get back to the million so much faster than the first time that they had to learn how to get to that point. So I don't know what the moral of the story there was with the whole thing of the steroid stuff, but yeah, don't do steroids. You don't need it. Let's see, Courtney, yeah, could you do research? Stay aware. Some of the doctors make mistakes too. Yep, exactly. You got to take your ownership of your own health. How many girlfriends? Just one. That's maybe inject into the ear flip. I don't even, what is that? I don't even know what that means. First time hitting 3 plates of a deadlift. Oof. All you need is right form and you'll push big weight at progressive overload. The thing that helps too is a little bit of a social peer pressure. Because I was a manager of a personal training department for this one gym franchise, and you know, I was going around introducing myself to people. I saw a group of guys all deadlifting, and I just went over and was like, hey, you know, oops, sorry. I was like, hey, you guys are pushing some serious weight there. My name's Alec. What, you know, what are your names? And saying hi and stuff. And they're like, oh man, yeah, bro, you're pretty big. How much you deadlift? I was like, I don't really deadlift at all. They're like, what's 1 rep max? I'm like, I don't really do 1 rep maxes. And they were like, oh, okay, can you lift this? And I was like, I'm sure I can. Let's see. Hey, good morning. So yeah, they had like 3 plates, 3 45-pound plates each side, and like maybe a 10 on each side. I kind of forgot. But I'm going, and I go to, as soon as I went to like feel the bar to like lift it up, I was like, holy crap, this is a lot of weight. And I got it up by like a little inch. And then I was like, I can't stop. I got it this far. I have to finish this because this group of guys are watching, and I want them to see me as like, yeah, that's the strong, that's the personal training manager there. This guy is strong. And I lifted it up. Oh, look at this girl. We got an alley girl. Hello. 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 I'm so happy. I'm so happy. She's like, what are you doing? But yeah, long story short, I lifted the weight up, gracefully placed it back down, didn't drop that weight, and damn near passed out. My vision went black, and I just was like, couldn't really see what I was looking at, but I just knew the guys were there. I was like, yeah, boom, dab it up. I've not deadlifted again after that, but have a great day. Oh, you guys have, oh yeah, we're going to be here tomorrow. We're actually going to do some legs. So you're going to want to make sure to hit that subscribe button for the leg day. And I appreciate having y'all here. As always, show that support. Hey, what's going on, Jaden? Hit that subscribe button. And yeah, check out the videos on my channel. If you're subscribed, hit the playlist tab. I got a full-length playlist of how to burn fat, how to build muscle. Oh, and look at this Annie girl. So happy. She's so happy. She's so happy. Big happy girl. Yeah. Ha, 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 ha. Look at that girl. Look at that girl. Okay. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow.